What are you eating? Apples? And almond butter? You're mostly just eating the almond butter? Oh my word.
Again.
That was just a little spot. I already opened the almond butter. Is there such a thing as almond butter that doesn't separate? Because it opened and it went everywhere. All over my shirt. I'd take my shirt off, scrub it out with Dawn dish soap because there was almond butter oil all over it. And everything. Did you sleep so good? Yes. I think we all got a good night's sleep. Are we going to have a good day?
No.
No. Well, we'll have a better day than yesterday, for sure. For sure, for sure. Hello. It's 9:45. I'm on my way. I have a 10 a.m. appointment with a lactation consultant. The same one I saw after Nova. And by saw, I mean saw via Zoom because it was COVID. No one was doing in person. And then I texted her back and forth several times. Without her, never would have made it to 6 months with Nova. Truly. She was a lifesaver. So this time, I'm trying to do it preemptively. Let's have a meeting before the baby comes. Talk about things. And have a meeting after the baby comes too. I have not recorded a lot of video this morning only because there's electricians in our house trying to wire in the exhaust fan in the bathroom with the bathtub that Nova uses. And of course, they're finding things wrong with the electrical. I overheard one of them being like, why would they do that? And the other one was like, well, it's not dangerous. It's just wrong. So they're running a new wire. So they might be there for a while. Nova was in a much better mood this morning. She went to sleep last night in half an hour with half her body hanging off the bed. And then in the middle of the night, I had to get up to pee, of course, because I'm pregnant. And I checked on the monitor and she was not in bed. And I was like, I had a moment of like, oh no. So I scrolled. The camera has like a moving function. I scrolled down and she had fallen out of bed, I guess, because she was half off the bed already. Was asleep on the squishy mat next to her bed with her butt in the air. And I was like, well, she's sleeping. I'm not going to mess with that. So I didn't. And a couple hours later, I looked at the monitor again and she was back in bed, snuggling her teddy bear. So I guess she woke up and crawled back in bed. She had a hard time when I dropped her off at the babysitter this morning, but not as bad as yesterday. And we practiced. So when she was 18 months old and had like really severe separation anxiety for a while, what I did was we spent a lot of time talking about how we're connected even when we're apart. I would draw hearts on her hands. She took Elmo to the babysitter for a long time as her little safety toy. And we role played a lot with her stuffed animals. And I just started doing that again this morning. So like a half an hour we talked about it. And role played with Cookie Monster and Stitch. And I drew 2 hearts on her hands, and she wanted to take Cookie Monster with her. And I'm like, you can't take the toy to the babysitter because the younger one there will try to take it, and then Nova will lose it. But I cut her out a purple heart out of construction paper, and she wanted to draw emotions on it. So we drew happy and silly and sad and angry. And then in the middle, we drew a little heart that represented Nova and Mama. So she still cried when I left, but it wasn't like, I think she probably calmed down. I hope. I'll hear about it later if she didn't. So there's something stuck in my teeth. Sorry if I keep messing with it. To deal with that. So yeah, I'm going to the lactation consultant. I made myself a delicious cup of tea to bring. Decaf Paris tea, which is possibly one of my favorite teas of all time. And I did that so I can have, like, you know how some people have like a security coffee? Just something in their hands. That's what I needed. A security tea in my hands. Because I'm probably going to be emotional. Because I can't even think about trying to nurse this new baby without getting emotional. So yeah, and I wound some yarn, the rest of the yarn. I still say that tying method of that yarn, the weirdest I've ever seen. I tried to take a little video of it to show y'all my setup, but it's not a great video. But I mean, I have a winder. I have the Swift that I was using it was $16 on Amazon like 5 years ago. It's actually broken and I have tied it back together. I do have a wooden one that was sent to me for review a while ago, but it's in one of the closets that I haven't gone through yet, and I have a vague idea of where it might be, but I'm not entirely sure. So I was making do with the broken one, but it's all wound. Also, maybe, just maybe, I can get some yarn time in today. My hands were a little stiff this morning, a little sore, and a little bit swollen, but overall, way better than yesterday. Like, I can do this without pain. So maybe I can crochet a little. Crochet is harder on my hands than knitting at the moment, so I'll try it. Maybe I can start a new pair of socks. Maybe I can swatch for the V-neck boxy, I don't know. Or maybe Nova's dresser will arrive and I'll spend all evening putting that together. You win some, you lose some, but at least the yarn is wound. 5, 6, 7 skeins and 2 minis I have wound up between last night and this morning. So that should do me for quite a while, because the baby's coming in 5 weeks-ish. And after that, won't be much knitting time. It's 1:43. I'm gonna get the baby in 2 minutes. She's been in the bed for almost exactly an hour, which is how long she has to stay if she's not sleeping, which she is not. But in that hour, I have cast on a socket hat with the stripy neon yarn. It's actually a sport weight yarn, which I did not realize until I cast on that hat. So I had to adjust the stitches a little bit. I think I'm going to do 136 to start with instead of 144. And then I cast on 2 pairs of socks, just the first round. On each one, I'm going to make 1 pair of shorties out of the stripy yarn, and then the separate pair out of the purple and other yarn that I showed you. But because the stripy yarn is sport weight, that may affect it a little bit because I'm using fingering weight for the cuff, heels and toes. So I cast on 64 stitches, which is what I normally do for the fingering weight, and I might decrease it out to 60 before I do the leg, and then increase it back to 64 right before the heel. Put in the heel on fingering weight and then mess with it that way. I'm not sure. I've never tried to mix them before, but it'll probably be fine. We'll see. Who knows? I'm gonna go get the baby. It's 6 o'clock. No, it's not. It's 6:30. Nova's in bed already and asleep because she didn't take a nap. So she was put to bed at 6. She said, I had to sit for a while. But by 6:15, she was laying down, passed out. You saw the disaster that was the living room. I put together that dresser. It took me like 2.5 hours. My hand! My God. But it's done. I let her destroy all the styrofoam that it came packed in, and it took a half an hour of cleanup, but it was worth it because she pretty much left me alone for like 2 hours. She checked in now and then, but she played with that styrofoam. Like half an hour cleanup for 2 hours of payoff. Worth it. She pretended it was snow. She pretended it was rain. She pretended it was cupcakes. She spent forever moving it from piece to piece, like box to box. So then we had dinner, which I made some pickle, chicken tenders, and some broccoli really fast because I was just working on the dresser and all of a sudden I heard this behind it and I was like, oh no, she's hungry. And I looked at the time and I was like, oh no. I was not paying attention. Whoops. So we did quick dinner. She almost had a meltdown before dinner because she was hungry. She ate half a head of broccoli probably and a bunch of chicken. I didn't even make a carb. I didn't have time. She ate all of that, and then her and my husband went swimming, which she had a meltdown about because I wasn't going because she has severe separation anxiety at the moment. But once she was there, she was fine. And I cleaned up the house while they were gone. And I also called Amazon back, and they submitted that claim officially on the cabinet bed for me. So we'll see. It can take up to a week for them to investigate and process the claim. Hopefully we get a refund. And then do what with the bed? I don't know. Throw it out. It's not usable. It will never be made into a bed. Who knows? So yeah, that's what I've been up to. And then right after she went to bed, I finished cleaning because there was still some more cleaning to do. Josiah's outside in what feels like over 100-degree weather, finishing the painting because the inspection is happening this week on the house. So the painting has to be done. Poor guy. He's so tired. And I dragged her dresser back to her old room where her old dresser is, and moved all of her clothes over and went through some of them that I know are too small. I still can't get to the closet where everything else that belongs to her is. But at least her dresser is done in here, so I can move that into her room tomorrow. I may move her mushroom tent to behind her bed. I'm not sure where I'm gonna put that dresser. We will see where it shall be. So that will be done, and then her room will officially be done, and I'll just put her mirror tiles on the wall. That's all I have to do. And the electricians were here today for a good 4 hours, hooking up one exhaust fan in the bathroom. Of course, the wiring was not correct, so they had to recorrect it. And tomorrow, her play area, which is over there in the living room, everything is going to be scooted over to the other side of the living room because they have to fix the ceiling where the water leaked so much water when the roof was not done. So that has to be done. The glass is coming for the shower tomorrow, supposedly in the middle of the day. So will she nap? Very unlikely. So the glass is coming for the shower to be installed in the mirror in the bathroom. And then I think after the ceiling's done, they have to just like clean up the yard a little bit and put our fence back together. And then I think it's done, like for real done. So I know that the main guy's pushing for it to be done by Friday, like really done. I guess it depends on how far they get on the ceiling tomorrow and whether or not there's any delay with the glass, which there shouldn't be. So we'll do that, and then we'll be done with the actual construction. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Thursday, there'll be 5 weeks left of this pregnancy. So as long as Amazon refunds us our money, my plan is to order a different cabinet bed from Home Depot or something, because their shipping's like 3 days and it's free. Put together the cabinet bed, put together Josiah's office, put the baby room back the way it was, and go through that closet. So there's still, even if they're done on Friday, there's still going to be some stuff for us to do for sure. But I can feel like I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Nova being in her own bed is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I think I'm trying to decide what to do right now because I'm pretty tired, but it's only 6:37. So I could go in Josiah's office since Nova is sleeping and try to tackle that closet, or at least part of it. I think that's what I'll do, at least until he's done painting. He should be done in like an hour. Right? I hope. Closet done. There's one box of yarn that I have to put away, but I need to podcast first. But everything is super organized now, and when I'm done, there's a hole right here that I can measure and put a bookcase in, because this bookcase is going to hold a lot of books, but not enough. So we need to have another bookcase in the closet, I think, and then all the books will fit. But my Lord, I'm so out of breath. It's 7:30, so really that was an hour. And I'm gonna put my feet up for a little while and then probably go to bed. It's 8:30. I'm tapping out. I sat down about 7:45. I did put my feet up. And then I was like, oh, I think I'm dying. So I managed to crochet 2 rows on my Heckler cardigan, and now my hands hurt. So I called it quits. Also, I'm so tired today. Wow, that yawn took over my whole body. Today is catching up to me. Tomorrow is another one, so I'm gonna sign off here. Tomorrow is a very busy day, and I hope y'all have a wonderful night, and I hope you're getting some yarn time in. I touched yarn today for the first time in what feels like weeks, but it's really been like a week and a day or two. And I cast on 3 new projects just so that the cast on's done, and 2 rows on my Heckler cardigan. So that's pretty great. Okay, until tomorrow, good night.